Hey, good morning, friends. What's up? Welcome in, everybody. So, I am currently, in our practice test, kind of working through mechanics site. I'm open to suggestions on what to tinker with today. Otherwise, I'm gonna probably stumble upon it. But yeah, just waking up. Good morning, OG Shakespeare. You're here first. What's happening? Today, at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be doing some box edit with Sandstorm. So if anybody's around 1 p.m., box edit. I know we're probably going to be doing D&D. So that's going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm going to be streaming 3 times today. That's fun. Escape from Artist coming in with the resub. Thank you very much, my friend.
G to the M.
G to the M. Yeah, thank you so much for the resub. I'm gonna go ahead and send you a creator coin. Welcome in. Good morning to you. So, yeah, as for like mechanics, I do want to start studying RNG the way Cyber Dragon does it. So we might be skimming some Cyber Dragon videos to start the morning. You guys don't get a choice. But in general, I want to find how he did it with, I think he used Asker behaviors. He mentioned his Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was a good one to look for.
Potato.
VVV.
V. Just the person I was looking for. V, do you know which stream? Because you're Cyber Dragon's biggest fan. Do you know which stream he was doing RNG with? And was it platform behaviors? Or was it bird behaviors? I'm fairly certain I want to do the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is the one I'm looking for. For the proper RNG. It looks like he's just building it in this one. Then switch to platforms. I see. Escape from Artist, video. What video are you sending me? So, is it in the updated one? So I get the idea of what he's doing here. So he's basically got a sequence of askers. It's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? So, you know, there's like 1,000 questions, we'll say. And so he's essentially picking one out of that 1,000 to ask the question. Hi, good morning. Garnikin's here. Good morning, Garnikin. Ibiva, welcome in. Looks like for this one that I just picked, he's more or less troubleshooting something. But yeah, we're studying some RNG this morning. Let's see, so we want in his live streams. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Hey, good morning, guys. Go West is here. Noble's here. And this is the bird behavior that Escape from Artist is showing. I think this one is not what we're looking for because bird is inconsistent. But it is more recent, I think, than the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire stuff. So the main problem with bird behavior is it kind of rotates around, and depending on how you set it up, it's going to be consistently doing one or the other. So we'll see how consistent he sets this up. I'm kind of bad in skipping to the end. I just want to see it in action. So the only issue I would see is like multiple happening or multiple being activated at the same time. So hey Heartbringer, what's up? Mean I won't be a millionaire after I watch the video? No, unfortunately not. You'll be a thousandaire if you watch the entire series. Hey, what's up, Philip? Hey, Geo, how's it going? You use bird behavior too? VVox, you are good at it. Is that a trick question, V? Escape from Artist, thank you for sharing. So this is for the dice RNG. So this one's more recent. But this is with 6 numbers. So I'm just going to skim this and see if this is what I want, though. I had asked Cyberdragon about this not too long ago, and I'm going to reread his message real quick over on Discord. But we'll probably recreate this while watching the video. Oh, so Cyberdragon told me in a DM not to use the bird behavior, and then he said check out the dice RNG tutorial. So Escape from Artist, thank you for the Dice RNG tutorial. So this is the one we'll be watching. Vito! Hello, what's up, Mark? What's up, Fred? Welcome, guys. We're practicing our RNG mechanics today.
Fred, all probing on the request. Voxmaker Mark, that should be your catchphrase.
He needs to turn his mic up. He's... I don't want to turn it up too loud for you guys because it affects all my notifications too. You made Farkle. Why is Farkle such a fun word to say? Yeah, I had a little Farkle after I watched this video. Oh, gotcha, Escape from Artist. Well, Cyber Dragon is still leagues beyond me in terms of, like, mechanics. So I'm going to give it a quick skim through, and then we're probably going to play through it. Hey, Jayonha, welcome in. So I'm not trying to make dice. So I'm trying to get to the RNG portion. So he's made the dice. Vivox says in summary, a spawner is parented on a platform that drops the asset that gets detected on the floor, which then the detected or detector triggers that message. Okay, so it's dropping something on the ground. That makes sense. This is our platform. Hey, Wicked. Good morning. This is the platform that's spawning his dice. And so now he's spawning assets that's going to be connected to that platform he just made.
Asset spawner, it will bring out an asset with the tag R1, which is what all these things here are waiting to receive. And for this here, this one is asset spawner, so we call it R1 AS. And the reason for this is we're going to go here to the library and type in R1. spawner, we're going to inherit the asset spawner to the platform. So when a platform moves, so does the asset spawn. You can see that's going back and forth as it should. And now when you walk into here, a result came out, but multiple results came out. So we're going to have to investigate to see what happened there. So we got R1, we got R1.5, R1.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.3. So not too sure why two results come. Okay, so the detection range. This is where I made a mistake. So go ahead and hold down Control and select all of the pads. And this one was reading it, this one was reading it, this one was reading it. So 3 results come out. But we want the circle to be just big enough so when it pops out, it's only going to be 1. And in this case, it was number 3. You can see the pad landed in the middle, but just on the side of 3 rather than 4. So 2 dice don't come out, just the 1. And there's our first RNG for that dice. So the next part is quite easy now. All we have to do is, to make 3 results, is to duplicate it twice, and give them different speeds, and give the dice results different messages. So Control D to duplicate the lot, hold down Shift, and all we do this one, or this one. 6.
The only thing I have a problem with is there's still a chance for it to get multiple results at the same time.
And what we'll do here is just highlight the speakers underneath, hold Control to select or deselect the ones you don't need.
Hey, happy Friday, 9A7A. What's up, dude?
Second tag R2. We'll edit the logic of the asset spawner so the asset comes out with R2 instead of R1. And what we'll do now is also change R1 to R2 on the names of these 2 assets.
Yeah, so the platform going over the 6 digits,
R2, and put the asset spawner on the platform. And we also want the platform to move at
like, I feel like those are uneven odds, too, because 1 and 6 are going to get better odds.
Correct. And the last thing to do is edit the logic and send the right message. So this is R2.1. This is R2.2.
Numpad tile. Honestly, numpad tile probably is more efficient, too. I know the basin has a lot of faces. Vivox says, just need something to turn it off and on. And the asset that gets dropped gets deleted. Gotcha.
They're all waiting for the same message, so when we walk into this one, we get 2 different results. They both have to be 5, but you can see they both...
Yeah, that's Cyber Dragon speed talking, yep.
And it's that easy. All you got to do now is duplicate to make the 3rd one. And I'll do it one more time. So for the number 3, we just change the message from 2 to 3. So R3.1, R3.2, R3.5, whoops, 3.5, not 2.5, R3.4, R3.3, and the last one should be up here, R3.6.
Like, I get it.
Same thing here, we go back, we'll change the name to spawn to platform, so to drag it back in spot to R3.4 tab, and we should get 3 different results. You can see they're all traveling at 3 different speeds, so the randomness, by the time you use it, you just don't know what you're going to get, especially if that's all hidden. So we walk in, and we've got success 3 results. Now, what happens if you want to redo it? Kill these off and do another roll. So we need to kill off these, and to do so, we need to give them a tag. So we're going to select all of this, and we're going to give them a tag, just something simple. To kill it, 1, 2, R2, kill it off with that. Wait for message before it triggers the... Here's another pad.
So do you guys want to see a secret project?
Component. If you ever need something timed, this is the way to do it. We're going to do RNG result also kills this.
I can show you the RNG I set up.
Health, we don't need to see it. And we're going to kill off. Awesome. So we also want to kill off the dice, and we're going to send it to dice.
The only
Enjoy
problem,
the beans, y'all. Enjoy the beans.
the only
Enjoy the
problem
beans.
is
Check
I
out the stream.
set up my own version of RNG, and Alex took a look at it, and he's like, "That's gonna cause some lag." And so I made an RNG mechanic that I code word called the drip. And so let me just show it to you. I shouldn't get in trouble for this because it's not talking about like the project itself. But I was basically practicing on making RNG myself. Is it secret when you show us? No, I guess like the project itself is pretty secret. But I can show you what I was working on. You made RNG over RNG V. Well, did it backfire at all? Like, were there any bugs, V, that you encountered? That's true, V. The speed would make it more random, just making it faster, I suppose. Alright, so let me just show you the RNG that I set up. So ignore all the letters, but just take a gander here. I have balls dropping. So this is my drip mechanic. So the balls drop, and each time one is destroyed by landing in the lava, it's spawning the next one sequentially. And so what happens is if I open a door, any door, it's going to lock me out of every other room, and I have to fight a monster. But we can see behind the scenes here, it removed the lava, so whatever ball was still alive caused my monster to spawn. And so it's a different monster each time. The only problem is presets in monsters don't work well. But then the drip method continues once again. So this is the RNG that I set up, and it worked relatively well. But then Alex was like, hey, make sure you run that for 4 hours. And so I did, and I came back and the game was a laggy mess. So we couldn't use it. And so every time you open up a door, basically every other door is supposed to be locked. And only that monster is available. So yeah, that's what I worked on, but we gotta improve it. So yeah, that's the secret. If we just take a look behind the scenes, I actually made it really, really complicated for what it does. Just so I could like watch it in action and test it. So like we have balls that drop that signal. Like, hey, this monster needs to spawn. Hey, all these doors need to close. So I had it reset. So we're probably going to continue with setting up the RNG. I think it's good practice to make the one that CyberDragon made. So I'm gonna go there. Thanks, Harbinger. And yeah, 97A, I wish we had like some sort of RNG template. I feel like that would help people understand it a little bit better. Made it complicated by using the ball. You made it complicated with the ball in the basin, huh? As much as I like ball in the basin, Escape Room Artist reminded me that it's not very efficient. So for example, numpad tile, even though it doesn't have a good ring to it, it's using far less faces. Well, the ball in the basin just kind of like makes sense to me in my brain. My monkey brain. Hey Maxi Mac, good morning to you. Top of the morning. The only thing is like the numpad does have a chance to just kind of fall off if it lands weird. Yeah, let's go ahead and set up that RNG dice, because it's good practice, regardless. And I'm not going to use dice. But how many numbers is too many? Also, how can we complicate it in an unnecessary way? Use Game Maker. 97A was a trick question. So these will be my detectors. They'll have no collisions. Each one will detect a different version of my dice. Would be nice if I had dice in my inventory, but I don't. And as we know, recreating these things, it's not instant. As in, like, I couldn't just make it in Vox Edit and then it instantly shows in Game Maker. No, they removed that feature. That feature was too nice. We can't have nice things. So we want circles that don't overlap. So this is the problem that I foresaw with the dice, is that the detectors were overlapping, and then just in the slightest chance that the number pad drops in between both of them, they both detect him, or worse, neither detects, our number pad. And so then it just doesn't work. And so I guess that's just something we have to expect in the sandbox. And so a player might also expect that, where sometimes it just doesn't work. Try again. So I guess it's not really that big of a problem, but I think you guys understand my meaning. But if Cyber Dragon says it's good, it's good. I did a box and a cube to lessen the faces. But I like that mechanic because you can visually see if it's working. True! Yeah, maybe we can make our own version of the ball in the basin. The box idea definitely works. Hey, Wet Noodle 1, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Did I ever make a box asset? Oh, I don't think you guys have ever seen this. This was my very first logic asset. Some of you are relatively new, but the OGs might have seen it. This was back when I was making Lamborghinis run over zombies. But I made a logic box that had animations on it. And so in my mind, I was like, yeah, I'm going to use these animations. I'll be able to see behind the scenes as to like what it does. Turns out this was incredibly unoptimized. It looked cool in game, but when you're working with logic assets behind the scenes, it's incredibly useless. So I ended up scrapping it. But this was like my very first logic-based asset. I'll just show you what it looks like. Hey Roxy, buenos dias. Oh yeah, Escape Room Artist. CD has got all the knowledge. Why you beat me up, Vox Machina? Why you beat me up? Just stand there and look pretty. Alright, so we're going to be dropping. So we're going to need a platform. And we're going to need an asset spawner. Both of which have no collisions. Our basic platform needs to be moving left to right. So we need a smaller asset. We're going to make this drop on box.spawn. Dropping a box. It doesn't need a behavior, but it does need gravity. I think we want to avoid presets, at least for now. At least for our first couple tests. Still looks cool. I agree, V. Thank you. Good morning, Pineapple Poodle Pen. Welcome in. You can use it in the puzzle games. You need smaller logic assets? No, these are easier to click. That's the thing. If it's a logic asset, nobody's going to see it anyway. And there's a reason why they're as tall as they are. It's because they're the same size or larger than humans. And so that way, I can place them inside of our humanoids, and then I can still click either of them. So that is to explain the size of them. And of course, they're non-collidable. Plus, because they're the same height as humans, and they're collidable, I can cause the human, whoever the human is, to have no collisions, and I can give them behaviors such as door behaviors. If you didn't know, a door behavior, when it's open, actually removes collisions. That's actually very useful for certain mechanics. And so I could have her have 2 different attacks, for example. The mechanics block sales. Let's go. Not saying you're limp. I didn't mishear you, V. I do think they're large, they're tall, but I was just telling you there's a reason for it. Also, you can put text on them. Yo, what's up, Keeper? Oh, hey, Keeper Top Shot.
Oh, hey!
Where are
Keeper
we?
Top Shot from
Hey,
Twitch.
what's up?
Hey, what's up? So, we've got collisions of gravity. We've got no delay at the moment. So we're going to attach this asset spawner to our platform. So we're going to go ahead and start naming these. This is going to be box. We'll do RNG. So I'm going to tag all of these with RNG first. And by tag, I mean quite literally the title. But we'll go ahead and give them an RNG tag as well. Why not? We can use that. So this will be our asset spawner. So we'll do spawner. This will be our platform. This will be RNG detect sort of 1. I'll copy this. Detector 2. And you can see I've rotated each one of these so that's using the number facing me. We'll go ahead and set up 5 and 6 though. Well, we're not making a dice, so I just want to make 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. This is kind of like our practice round. Our platform, we can actually move anywhere. It's the asset spawner that's spawning the thing. So we can just have this nearby. It's got no collision, so it won't be a problem. We can search RNG. I'm going to attach my spawner to my platform. And Lisa here is going to be our interaction. Yeah, welcome in everybody. I might need a break soon, but other than that, we're working on RNG. And we're using the dice tutorial made by Cyberdragon. And he set it up pretty well. The only thing I'm worried about is having inconsistencies. But this is what he suggested to use. So when we talk to Lisa here, she's going to send out a message. This will be box.spawn. She's going to be our micromanaging district manager. She's going to say, back to work. With all that set up, we're now going to have a box spawn, and we talk to her. Nice. So when that box spawns, a couple things. We want our platform to move a little bit quicker. We don't want a delay. We don't want any wait duration. Our platform speed will probably have it a set amount. So my question now is, what was the top number pad?
Tag R2. We'll edit
This one.
logic of the asset spawner, so the asset comes out with R2 instead of R1. And
Oh, okay. So he just has this is where number pads are confusing, guys. He has detector, platform, asset spawner. When I'm looking at it, I do not understand that. You know, obviously it's not my logic, and he would know this instinctually because he set it up. But if you take a look at mine, you kind of already have an idea of what it's doing. Platform, asset spawner, you know, detector 1, detector 2, detector 3, detector 4. So this is where organization comes into play. Responding boxes, one thing I need to keep in mind is the tag needs to be consistent. You should be a salesman. V, I could. I'm trying to pitch these logic assets. But I encourage everybody to make their own version. Obviously, you can use mine as a template to make your own. But these assets, like I basically made a theme of logic assets for my games. And I've been improving it. This is like my 4th version or variation. Before that, they were kind of bland. They were lightsabers. Been consistent with your board game. Ooh, Escape from Artist, I'm excited to play that. Alright, so now we're going to do kind of like a representation of our RNG. So I'm going to have a box behind Lisa. And we're going to have asset spawners. I basically spawn something inside the box depending on the RNG that we found. So what are 4 small items that we can spawn inside this box? Well, one of them is going to have to be the number pad, because we have to honor the great Cyber Dragon. And so that's going to be spawning inside of our box when box.1 message is sent out. Box.1 message. And I want to make sure these messages are easy to understand as we're recreating this. So maybe I won't do box.1. Instead, I'll do detect.box.1. That's just more for everyone's benefit that's watching. So when we detect box.1, it's spawning our number pad. All we need is the asset spawner. And then we're also going to add a kill switch to it so we can destroy it later. So I'm going to add that via plant behavior. And we do need to give it a tag. So this is going to be our... These are just items that we don't really care about. We'll just call it box.item. So I'm going to be sending a kill message. And we're going to set that up via message broadcast. And because we're using basically, Lisa and all this to kind of represent it, that's, if you're kind of putting it into perspective, this is my dice. This is, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is what's representing that. Representing the RNG. We're sending a kill command to specific tags. Those tags are going to be our box.items. And we're going to be waiting for a message. Because of how kill works, we want the asset to spawn, we want it to drop into the box, and then after a delay, we want the item to be destroyed. So we're going to do box.item.destroy. So when that message goes out, I'm sending a kill message to all my items. We'll reduce the delay here. So essentially, we want like this delay to happen behind the scenes. So before we continue with that, I'm going to go ahead and try to spawn our very first item. And so we're detecting the box. We're sending out the detect.box.1. And we also want our asset spawner to be destroying the box, or no, it's spawning the box, but it's also going to have the box.item tag so that our kill message is also killing that. And so we're going to have a clear kind of like RNG field as well. So let's just see what happens when I interact with Lisa. We can see the box has dropped, and because it dropped on the correct lamp here, it made the number pad. A couple things. This particular asset, we actually can't go inside of it. So when it was built, actually, can we go inside of it? We just saw the number pad on top of it, so I don't think so. Nope. So that's a Vox edit error. So what we can do is we can just hide the collisions so we can step on it. So that's something you would fix in Vox edit. Can't really fix that in GameMaker. But we're sending out that kill message. And right now, it's not receiving the box.item.destroy. So we're going to make a health to act as our delay here. And we actually have to make this 4 times. But for now, we can just make it once. And so this is acting as our timer. So after 1 second, so a brief death delay, after a box.spawn is received, it's going to be sending out the destroy message. So that gives our game enough time to not only spawn the box, it then spawns the relative item that drops into this, container. And then finally, it destroys the box that had spawned, and it destroys the item that had spawned. So we can see that in action. The last thing I'm doing is tagging MB on my message broadcasters. So again, I'm waiting for it to hover over the 1. Great. Now this box that's spawning, we also want it to have a plant behavior. So just to recap, we have our asset spawner spawning an item when we interact with Lisa. The item has the box tag and the box.item tag. When the box is spawned, it has collisions and gravity, and it falls onto our detector. Hopefully, it is detected by one of these 4. And depending on which detector has received the box, it's spawning a relative item, to represent it, much like a dice would represent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then finally, we have the death delay of this asset, which triggers the asset being destroyed, reset, and allowing us to do the RNG once again. Basically clearing the field, if you will. So a couple things, I would probably want to adjust the detection delay so we can get the same result multiple times in a row. So I'm doing that with the auto hide. And I'm going to go ahead and set up the messages here. So we want detect .box.2 we want detect.box.3 And we want detect.box.4. And so now that we have those messages, they will understand that, hey, our box landed in those detectors. We'll have the asset spawner that is relative to it. What I like to do with these asset spawners is sometimes I'll stagger them so they're easier to select. I'll also rotate them so I can understand mentally that this is 1, 2. And I could probably paint like a 1 on top. But for now, this works. And so now we're basically spawning each of our small assets. And so each asset represents something different. So for this one, we'll have the alpha shield. This will be detecting, or this will be spawning on detect 2. Detect.box1. This one is detect.box2. This will be detect.box.3. And then finally, detect.box.4. We'll spawn a ball. And the last one will spawn an orange-white cat. Sure. So, now we also need the health component because that was resetting everything. So we're essentially making a health component for each different box being spawned. So the problem is, we don't really need that many assets. So instead, we can have a detection message talk to our one asset. So this will be our box.itemDestroy, box.spawn is killing it. So we don't need to use these detection messages. I already set it up appropriately. We'll increase the death delay by a small amount. Let's see how it works. Yeah, let's just play it through. So we talk to Lisa. The cat spawns. 2-second death delay was removed. Great. So the one thing I needed to set up though was our health component needs a reset. Oh, I didn't even give it the reset. Yeah, so that's the mechanic in a nutshell. I mean, the only thing that I'm again worried about is having that extra bias towards 1 and 4. But if it's constantly bouncing back and forth, I suppose it's not a problem. In fact, I think it would be more biased towards 2 and 3. Because the platform isn't really going into this space, you know? It's not entering into the detection radius at all of this space. And it's bouncing in between these two more often, and it has both of their spaces. So, in essence, our platform mechanic should probably go a little bit further then. So maybe it needs to end right there, and then it ends on the opposite side. And of course, you can use this RNG to your benefit as well. So for example, 1 and 6, or 1 and 4 in my case, might have the more rare option that appears. I need her message to disappear faster. So you can see she says back to work. What I can do, and this is a mechanic I use quite frequently now, is I'm going to take that text that she says back to work, and I'm going to put the box.spawn mechanic on a much shorter timer. And instead the back to work message will come from something else, aka an invisible asset inside of her. And it's going to be spoken when that message goes out. That first one that we interacted with her. Lastly, I do want my spawner to still be about 3-second delay. Is it 8 hours of D&D or 9? Oh, daylight savings time. Did that kick in now? It's 9 o'clock right now. Garnican, are you overseas, international? Are you European? That's the question I was trying to ask. Our daylight savings kicks in on November 6th. The only time I think this might be a problem is on the outside of 4. But no, it works fine. So I basically have it now bouncing all the way outside of its detection range. So that should work to my benefit. We should be good. But yeah, that's my RNG in a nutshell. Killed off the platform at the end. It spawned back at the beginning. Down the side of a 1x1. Oh, that's interesting, Fred. Deck of cards, huh? I know the card game mechanic is going to be very frustrating to make. So I might actually work on that for a little bit. Because that's got RNG and I can use that. So I've saved it. We're going to take a brief break. A little intermission. And then after that, we'll play some marbles. And I've got some tokens of friendship to give away. Lucas sent me some. But for now, I'm going to play an intermission. So we're going to be playing a video. So you guys get to watch Cyber Dragon here. For free. The only problem is with Cyber Dragon's video is his mic is so low.
So first of all, to 6-sided dice, you can press L to mark place, bring up voxel dice.
And I can't bump it up anymore. I'm already playing it at max.
To a short tutorial on random dice results. So this is useful for games like board games and Dungeons and Dragons and various things like that.
So if you guys want to watch along or play it, you know, through your own speakers, there's the video. But I'll be right back.
Expand it as much as you want. It will be easy to duplicate it and increase it as we go along, and I'll show you how to do that. So first of all, it's a 6-sided dice. You can press L and click Marketplace and bring up voxel dice. If you ever want that in your game, it is on a marketplace. Alright, so what we're going to do now, the first thing we're going to do is asset spawner. So asset spawner will bring out an asset In this case, we want the voxel dice to come out, so we just type in dice, select our dice. We're going to make the spawn offset 0, so the dice will spawn directly on top, and we want to make it invisible so we don't see it inside the game. We'll take off the collisions as well, so the player cannot run into it. And we'll click the edit logic button, and we'll go ahead and remove those default messages. And we will put in the message result 1.1. So result for the first dice, and that result will be number 1. Okay, so when this asset spawner receives that message, a dice will pop out. So we'll go ahead and put down another numpad. We'll go ahead and put down a brick so we can at least see where our dice is, and we can hold shift and center it on the block. This will become useful soon. So this will be our detection pad here that will go ahead and trigger the randomness. So we'll go ahead and remove everything that's on it and then add a speaker component. So we can change the text just so we know it's triggering to RNG, but we want it to detect the entity, which is the avatar. So when an avatar walks into this circle, it will send a message. That message will be R1.1, and we'll go ahead and press tab to play, and you can see the message was sent and it's popped out, and it is indeed the number 1. That was just a coincidence because I think that's just how it spawns by default, but we'll need to make it so it comes out with number 2, number 4 and all that on top as well. So press tab to get out of play, and what we'll do here is we'll duplicate, and we'll bring this across to this side, and we'll go ahead and put the message, we'll keep it the same message for now just for this example. So what we'll do here is we'll get the rotate tool, and we'll go ahead and grab something on the axis and hold down shift and move it across twice, and that will hold shift and that will snap, as you can see. And what we've done is we've rotated it so the dice will come out from here instead of directly above. So now when we walk into our message, you can see 1 and 2. So now we need number 3, it's on this side, so all we have to do now is duplicate this, and we'll go ahead, grab the green one and hold shift, and now when we press tab, you can see 1, 2 and 3 pop out. Awesome. Now what we can do with this one is we'll rotate it on, so it's facing the other way, and we can do it by holding shift. You can see that's number 1, that's number 2, that's number 3. If we did that now, they'll just stack on top of each other, and you can see the Z fighting. It doesn't work, but we'll call out a message that will bring them out one by one. So now what we'll do is duplicate again. We need it for all 6. So what we'll do here is we'll rotate it so it's facing this way, hold shift and bring it back. Now let's see what number that is. That is number 4. Now you can see number 4 is kind of tilted. I think that's something to do with the asset. So what you can do to fix that is that you can move it just slightly. So we'll make it 273, so it's about 3 degrees. So now when you press tab and bring out that dice, it's straight. So it's just slight adjustments. Let's see where number 5 is. Number 6 is on that side, so that means number 5 is there. So what we'll do is we'll move this on that side, and we'll duplicate it, and we're going to rotate this because that's where number 5 is. And if we go ahead, change up to 360, so it's straight, you can see number 5 pops out. Now you can see that is also tilted. It's not very straight. So what we'll do here again is we will rotate that just slightly. So 357. And now it comes out properly. And what we'll do for this one too is we'll rotate it so the numpad is facing inwards, and then we hold shift and bring it in. And now all we need is number 6, so we'll go ahead and duplicate this one. And I think all we do for this is just rotate it so the numpad is facing the floor. And we'll go ahead and test that out now. And there is number 6. Awesome. So we'll go ahead and bring that on top. So if you hold down shift, you should be able to get a nice looking box like this, and all the pads are facing inwards. Okay, so let's label them as such. So this one here is number 6. We'll bring that out. I think the bottom one here was number 1, but we'll test that out. Bring that out. I can't remember which one this was, so we'll go ahead and test that. That's number 3, so go ahead and label that as number 3. This one here, we'll check that. Should have labeled them as we're doing it, but this is number 4. What's this one? That's number 2, which means this one here is number 5. So 5 and 2. Reason we're labeling them so we know what number's what, especially when we go to put custom messages on now. Hold down shift, make sure they snap, and that's it. Perfect. So what we'll do here is edit logic on the number 1, and we'll make sure it's 1.1.
I'm back.
For number 1. Perfect.
I'm back.
This one is 2. We'll edit the logic and go R1.2. This one here, this is number 5, so we'll go R1.5. This one should be
Thanks.
6, yes it is, so we go R1.6. This one here is 4.
Thank you, thank you. Alright,
R1.
I'm starting up marbles.
And lucky last is 3. So
I'm also gonna give people enough time to get in.
So what we've done.
So no worries there.
Result number 1 and what number it is.
Go
so that way we know
to...
where we're sending the message.
I suppose we should try
So
a Grand Prix.
Select them all and we'll drag it across. Now
We don't want it to be random, this will take too long.
won't bring out all the dice.
So what's gonna happen is we're gonna have a first place, second place, third place. First place will get the
So what
token
we're
of friendship.
gonna do now is implement the RNG side of things.
Second place and third place will both get creator coins.
Now is results.
Seems fair, right?
So message now that will be sent is result. So we need that to work. So what we can do now is make our RNG happen. Go ahead and make 6 with a gap in between. Grab a pad. Make sure it's directly center. So hold shift and drag it on each side. Make sure it's there. And then we'll go R1/1 for this
Who's this I?
as the naming convention.
Hey King Crypto.
This one,
What's up?
speaker. Doesn't need any text, just needs to detect entity.
Say hi.
The tag we want is R1.
I'll squeeze the hi out of you.
Once R1 is detected,
Huh?
we'll send a message, and that message will be R1.1.
Okay, fine.
Excellent. Now what we'll do here is Control D, duplicate it. And here we'll put
There's a Grand Prix 2 races?
1.2. Control D. Shift, make sure it's in the middle.
Oh, I have to change it here.
R1.3.
Cool.
And you do that all the way to
Bongo
6.
Boogie. Alright, so exclamation point play if you guys want in. So again, this is the Grand Prix. First place does get the token of friendship. It's the beacon, valued at 10 sand. Second and third place both get a creator coin.
6. Excellent. Next.
And then I'm probably going to hop into my trading card game that I've been working on with Sandstorm. We're actually going to be making some Vox edit art on the Sandstorm stream at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for those of you unaware, Sandstorm changed their stream time to 1 p.m. to better accommodate the Game show that changed theirs to 12 p.m. noon. So Sandstorm's trying to aim for that after, Sandbox slot. But things have been changing around. It's hard to determine what's happening. But I'm going to be making an RNG in the trading card game. But giving people enough time to enter into this race. Exclamation point play if you guys would like to play. Hey Fashul, how's it going? Exclamation point play. So if you haven't seen the trading card game as is, this is the work in progress. So we have a deck on the left side of the screen. You draw a card every turn. You get to play that card on one of your enemies. It'll automatically end your turn. Then it ends their turn after they do whatever. Rinse and repeat. But we want random cards to spawn in our hand. Keep in mind, the monsters are AI art. And the tokens, I actually bought a pack. So I've just been recreating them. AKA putting them in Magic Voxel and then Vox Edit. But yeah, that's the work in progress. We're going to be working on the RNG maybe for a little bit today. Looking fire. Thanks, King. Appreciate it. It's been an interesting project because there's a lot that doesn't happen or it doesn't work the way you want it to. Card games, am I right? All right, we're racing with 14. Let's go. We'll start the music. Is the music? And they're off. So this particular racetrack, you round about 3 times. So it's anyone's race. Well, Maxie's got the turbo speed ball. Look at him go. It's gonna be hard to catch up with that one. Got the cameras and the speed boost.
Holla at your boy.
Mamikin Corcooter, how's it going, dude? Welcome in. We're taking a little break here, and then we're getting back into the sandbox. But if you would like to race your marble, we can hop into the next one. I don't think anybody's going to be catching up to Maxie anytime soon. He's cutting corners, taking names. But Foxmaker Mark, look at him go! He's got a little disco ball action. What? Maxie's even giving him a push. Or he's doing the slingshot technique. First initiated by Ricky Bobby. So, oh man, it's gonna be a close one. But Maxie has maintained his lead. I think he's gonna clinch it. That's a win for Maxie, followed by Fashul and Go West. Congratulations, Maxie, on the Grand Prix first victory. We've got 2 more races to go. Whoever has the cumulative highest score is going to win a beacon. And then, for those of you listening, we're going to do a giveaway at the end of the stream. And this will be just like the basic giveaway for the second beacon. We got Famikin in here. And Hunter Dev, what's up? Welcome in. Still plenty of opportunities to win here.
I love Lamp.
I too love Lamp. This one's got quite the race course. Exclamation point play if you guys want to play. If you want a chance at that token of friendship. Waiting on those rewards. Let's go, Maxi. You're running out of time, so if you need Maxi, just let me know. I can hook you up. All right, we're starting it up. Woke Zombies here. What's happening? All right, marbles are out. Wet Noodle issued the race. Wet Noodle's the marbles pro at this point. And away we go. This part is what takes the longest. Maxi again getting that early lead. How does he do it? Why am I stuck? Oh. And then he gets deflected. Looks like Noble is the one that got the good RNG. Fashul close behind. I'm a win, says King. Oh, if you say so, King. We can take bets. We're already almost at the finish line. Noble's got a huge advantage here. All it is a curve to the bottom. Huge. Fred and Ferd trying to shortcut it. Doesn't quite get it. Here comes Hunter Dev. Hunter Dev also doesn't quite cut it, but Noble lands perfectly in the center.
Perfection.
Go West falling off. Escape Room Artist falling off. Mark also off. So our top three for this map was Noble, Wicked, and Fashul. So close. It was close,
no!
Hunter.
We suck again!
We suck again! And finishing the race comes Wet Noodle. And VVOX just bouncing off. Let's see a V. Alright. Last race of our Grand Prix. Bongo Boogie. So this is going to be the third and final marble race for today. Go ahead and exclamation point play if you'd like to play. We'll be following down this Plinko machine. Hit the bottom. Split into groups of two. Down the center here, the half pipe. Through a couple staircases. And off of these bongo pads. Into a long, winding ramp. Into the funnel, into a finish line. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start it up. In 3, 2, 10, 9, 8. So good luck, everybody. Put Pokemon on the stream. Pokemon's fun. But well, isn't that copyright, Wet Noodle? We're gonna have Sandymon. Sandboxamon. Isn't Voxelmon a thing? I remember there was like some I guess bad news about the stuff Voxelmon was doing. There goes V! Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. Bing 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 bong. Alright, who's gonna find their way down the path first? Ooh, it's Go West and OG Shakespeare and Mark. V taking the alternative route. Fat fingers today. No worries, dude. Pokemon made an official game that had voxelized. They did. Well, Zombie, is that on the 3DS? I think I know which one you're talking about. It was like a adventure game. Here comes Go West and Mark. Oh, keep your top shot. That's the wrong way. Wet Noodle 1, wrong way. VOX, wrong way. Go West, wrong way. But here comes Mark and OG. So that's a win for Voxmaker Mark and second place OG. Third place Noble. All right, well, that's going to really mess up our final score. So we'll see who gets the first place in our Grand Prix. It might be Mark. And let's find ourselves at the finish line. Our third place winner, Wicked U2. I'll be sending you a creator coin, Wicked U2. Congratulations to you too. Second place goes to Fashul.
I'm sorry, winning.
Winning. Congratulations, Fashul. And first place, our golden trophy winner and the recipient of the Friendship of Tokens, the token of friendship, is Noble. Noble-RK, congratulations. I'll be sending you a token of friendship. This is the beacon, the broadcast beacon. So congratulations, Noble-RK. You are more than welcome to sell it on the marketplace if you'd like to. But Wicked, U2, and Fashul, you've also won creator coins. Fashul, I'm not sure if I have your wallet address, so I'm just checking real quick. So Fashul, I would love to send you a Google form, or if you just want to whisper me and send me that wallet address. That way I can send you your winnings. And Wicked, I believe I have yours. So you're good to go. Yes, I do. But yeah, Fashul, I'll send you a quick message here. Oh, looks like you already sent me one. Thank you, Fashul. Much appreciated. Congratulations to all of our winners here. And everybody else, just for having fun. You got it, Fashul. Thank you. So, quick look at our leaderboard for the month of November. So, OG clenching quite a few points in that Grand Prix. At the end of the month, I'll be sending 3 Sandbox assets valued at under 10 sand each to our top 3 here. So right now we've got OG, Meta League, and Wicked U2 for the month of November. Cool. Excellent.
I love lamp.
I said excellent, not lamp.
I love lamp.
Okay. Alright, so RNG, you and me. How are we going to do this? Well, I want to try and set up using the ball in the basin method because we're making a card game. So just to recap here. The card game, you're going to be drawing a card. It's going to appear in your hand. We need 20 different cards in our deck. All of those cards are going to be represented by our ball in the basins. Hey, Halfd0rk, welcome in. Well, Zombie, the bridge doesn't take more than a couple hours if you're able to bridge the sand. Good morning, Hill. And so, if we're representing a deck, so we're spawning a card, my asset spawners need to be all kind of off screen for this part. And so each one of these is represented by one of my cards dying. So it looks like I set up quite a few things here behind the scenes. So I'm going to try and make one from scratch here, but I'll set aside the one I've already made. So, first of all, I need to make some more presets. Each of these presets is going to represent a different heat spray. I suppose I can make the 3 of them. This is heat spray 3. I'll save heat spray 3. Oops, cancel.
Hello there.
Hello there. What's up, O24? Mr. K. How's it going? We've got heat spray 3. Got heat spray 2. So if you haven't been following my Sandstorm series with this, you probably have no idea what I'm doing. But I'm essentially trying to make RNG. Wait, did I actually save this? Nope. Spray 2. And so each of our spawners is going to be spawning a different one of those. The first thing I want to do is set up the toggle behavior, which I don't think I need at the moment, so I'm not going to turn it on for now. So the message required is going to be card spawn or card.select.1. So for this case, it's heat spray 1. Do I smell gold? First person I see today. Well, okay, you should go look in the mirror. It's much more pleasant to look at. VOD's bridging is so slow, would have gotten 2 Wizzy de los Muertos if you were faster. Oh, true, V. I mean, I considered it too. I was actually the last one to get the hat at the fair price. Or not fair price, but the lower price. But, gotta collect them all, V. So we've got heat spray 2. And heat spray 3. And so now we're setting up the RNG with the card selecting. So card.select.1, 2, and 3. So we're going to be doing that same mechanic that we set up in the other map with platforms, spawners. Box bucking off. What's up, Box?
That captain can be in
Hee.
might be in this room with us right now. Everyone, just do this. Just do this.
Around the whole room, like.
Wait. You want Animal Crossing music? I still haven't seen if I'm getting copyrighted for these Animal Crossing soundtracks. Probably. Wouldn't doubt it. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to have our asset spawner be detected and each of our detectors is going to be on a number block. Four, 5, a 6, a 7, 8, a 0, and 9. And so this is going to help me behind the scenes here. Zero. I don't want it to be on the interface. We can see all those right now. anything on Nintendo gets heavily copyrighted. You're completely right, Woke Zombie. Hopefully the rain sound kind of washes out the copyright. But at the same time, I have ways of muting it if I have to. In post-production. So we're getting detected. And we're spawning an asset on top here. Am I not facing north? No, I'm facing north. So the way I set these assets up, these lamps, is that they're always facing north. But I think that's something to do with my boxes here. Like my boxes, I need to like flip the head of them. Well, no, they look fine. They're fine. They're fine. They're fine. You're fine.
You may be worthy of that. Do not prove me wrong.
Yo, thanks, Kay. Sharing them biddies. So I'm going to drop these. We don't want that big of a delay. We kind of want to spawn it directly on top. Yeah, we don't really even need gravity to affect these. As long as they're detected. So I'll just spawn it on top of them. And then I essentially want this to have a detection radius that is only inside of this border here. So 1 works plenty fine. Two, 3. We're only working with 1, 2, and 3 at the moment. Our platform behavior is going to bring it all the way over here. We'll start with 6 for now. This is going to be our trading card game, card selector, spawner. This will be our platform. No, V, don't do it. Don't drop that dun-dun-uh. Hey, you love to see it. Alright, so we'll pick these up. Put the spawner on the platform. Spawner is going to be spawning something small. I like our box, but I also don't think it's very good. Let's do a number pad. Sure. The number pad is being spawned on the start turn message. When it spawns, it's being detected. We'll do tcg.np. And we do want it to have a plant behavior so that we can destroy it shortly after it detects. So we're doing the same mechanic here. A health component that is being destroyed on a delay. And it's going to be sending out a kill message. So I'm actually removing the need for that message broadcaster by just sending the kill message directly to my number pad. Huh, so that's cool. We'll reset. So each one of these is going to be detecting that number pad. And when it does, we want it to spawn the correct card in our hand. So we had card.select. See, you need a small asset option. You're not wrong, V. I'll hold my breath. Just say I'm right. You're right, V. You're right. Even K knows you're right. You know, V, you should start streaming. That way you can be right on screen. And I could heckle you. Unlike me, huh? Yeah, I'm the villain here. I'm the villain. Even though V, you know, is the first letter of villain. Coincidence? I think not. I think not. Nope. Impossible. Alright, let's start the turn again and see what happens.
Are you challenging me?
Are you challenging me? So, we didn't get to see the assets spawned. Are these not in range? Looks like they spawn them in range. We're spawning the preset. My platform has a delay here. So we want a 0 second. We'll keep the platform speed relatively high. And it's only bouncing between these three. My number pad was not spawning on top. That's why. So we want the offset to be a little bit larger. Try it again. So I sent out the start turn message. But it's not spawning my assets. So I can't really look at this. So instead, I'll bring my spawner point over there. And I'll drag this start turn message over there. So I can watch it. So we can see my asset spawner is moving. We can see the number pad has spawned. And it's being killed. I think my detectors weren't set up correctly, that's why. They need the number pad tag to be detected. So now the cards are spawning in our hand. Great. The new problem is I want to remove the detectors. So here's the new problem. And this is why ball in a basin, that method is probably what I'm going to be using. Because if, let's just say we have a deck of 10 cards. If I remove a card in this current setup, it would not allow me to get that same RNG roll and spawn a different card. So it would be sending that same message, and so that's where that problem would occur. Ugh. Excuse me. Aw, thanks, Kay. No thanks, V. So, what I'll be doing is spawning a ball that is caught, right? So that ball is caught by an asset, and we're destroying assets using these detection messages. And so when an asset is destroyed, it's spawning that card. So we do have to adjust the timing of things a little bit better. But now I'm curious if I even need the RNG in that case. I do still need the RNG. I'm actually going to be making something new. I guess it's not using this type of platform. to mimic the RNG. How can I do that? How can I kill it? If I have it vertically, I can use gravity. So right now I have it stacked horizontally, but I think I'm going to be stacking it vertically now. And because we're doing a deck of 20, I'll probably want to go another... Right now I'm just kind of like thinking through it. It's kind of hard to describe my process. That's what I can't even describe it. So essentially, I'm going to be starting the turn. The start turn needs to send out a message. We're using gravity. We can kill one thing at a time. All the hugs. I am open to suggestions, so if, you know, the professionals like VOX or Fred for King Crypto, if you guys have ideas. I'm essentially trying to make cards spawn in my hand, but then are removed from the game until further notice. And so I need to use RNG for that, because I'm picking a card at random. So I pick the card at random. When I pick the card, I need it to be removed from the pool. So the pool of possible numbers to draw from. But the new problem then is if I'm using the platform for RNG, what happens if I stop on the same number that was previously drawn? Well, nothing will happen. And that's the problem. This is a stumper right now. I see you've learned your lesson. Thanks, V. So, let's just think here. If a ball is dropping, can I simulate RNG by having a ball drop? Little Legion! Buying a coin. Thanks, Little Legion. How are you, Little Legion? V. So essentially, I need to spawn a card, but that card is 1 of 20. And by spawning the card, I no longer want that option to be available. So for example, let's just say number 14 is selected. My asset spawner is still going up and down. If I accidentally get 14 again, well, nothing happens. And so that's the problem we're trying to circumnavigate. And I'm trying to read Fred's message now. If you make the attack or the stack shorter, how do you make the platform shorter? Preset for each one after cards drawn. How to trigger the RNG from the drop. So, my first thought is I could have my ball dropping, and then I could move, let's just say basins, because basins are easy to explain and visualize. The basins could all be on a door behavior that pivot. However, if my ball is dropping and the basin pushes it out of the way, that causes even more problems. I could use asset spawners to spawn platforms for the ball to stop on. So I'm going to scrap this idea here. It's better to work from a clean slate for the moment, because I want to explore this idea. And today on Sandstorm Stream, I'm going to be working on assets for this game. Sandstorm's been so kind to, I guess, sponsor my experiments. And so the trading card game, I'll be working on assets in Vox Edit today at 1 p.m. And then at 4 p.m., we're playing Dungeons & Dragons. We're picking up where we left off. Well, Zombie says, can you do a check after to see a card is spawned? And if not, try to draw again? That's definitely a possibility. That's an option, Woke Zombie. Vvox says, then when it goes to an empty space, it can re-roll. That's an option too. Escape from Artist says, a detector that reads a card was removed and automatically re-RNGs. If it's landed on again. I think that's a good option as well. I think that's kind of what Woke Zombie was talking about. So both of you are suggesting, and I think even V is suggesting, having that reroll ability if we get the same answer. Which is honestly, yes, that's an option. I would like to explore this idea that I'm playing with gravity. So I'm going to explore this one. And if it doesn't work, then I will most definitely do that reroll idea. So I'm going to be adding a ball, plant behavior. This is going to be requiring ball.reset. We're going to be using gravity for this. The tag is going to be tcg.ball. Basically, when it reaches the bottom here, it's going to reset. So when it reaches the bottom, it's detected by this entity and sends out ball.reset. Cool. So my asset spawner will continually drop balls. And we're going to be rotating. Or no, we're actually going to spawn platforms, because that way it prevents them from knocking, I think, our asset out of the way. So I'm going to spawn an asset. fact, we'll put it on the side. That asset will be a carpet. We can use the large one. This actually is the most optimized, even though it's so large. We're building an RNG generator. Yeah, it's specifically for a card game. So there's some real potential here. And so when a card is spawned, I'm actually going to have a detection system that will turn off the asset spawner. So all of my asset spawners will initially be on, but they each turn off when that card is selected. So for this one, it's card select 1. We're also going to set up an on message to turn them back on once we have a our discard pile is reshuffled. So we'll do like shuffle deck. Vertical's weird. There's too many ways to skin Tipsy.
Get some help.
Don't do it. Hey, thanks, Game Crypto. I just enjoy making problems for myself. So the message required here is going to be the start turn. So when start turn happens, we're spawning our white carpet. White carpet is going to have its own plant behavior, so we can kill it. And for this, we're going to have the carpet tag. Then, I'm going to make a health component. And this health component, after a brief delay, of the start turn, is going to be killing all our carpets. Okay, and then lastly, I am technically using the drip method, but this time I'm only using one ball. And the important thing to note here is I'm letting gravity be the RNG. I think when you're using a platform for RNG, it's relatively the same. It's not so much different. But with gravity, I'm able to influence it differently. And so that's why my mind keeps gravitating towards it. But we're spawning our ball. The ball is basically going to be an endless spawn. So that means we need it to spawn the first time.
Don't make it weird.
Don't make it weird.
Don't encourage him, chat. What are you doing?
So we're gonna have a start game message that spawns our ball for the first time. And in a moment here, we're actually going to do a giveaway for the last token of friendship I'll be giving away on my stream. Thank you to Lucas's Right, who gave me 3 of them to give away. I gave away 1 yesterday, 1 during our intermission. Give it away now. So we're going to have a start game message. And that is also going to spawn our ball for the first time. So let's just watch this in action. I hit the start game. Ball drops. My detector is currently colliding, so we need to remove collisions here. So basically a ball should be spawning. And we have 2 balls here. We need them to be on an endless loop. So when a ball is detected, it's sending out the ball.reset message. My ball reset message also needs to be killing my tcg.balls. So this is another reset function. So we always basically want one ball active at a time. The Little Legion asks, it's a funnel that generates a series of balls, each with its own tag. We're more or less spawning carpets, each with their own tag. So that's what I'm working towards. And then when the carpet catches the ball, that's the card that spawns. Then, once that card has spawned, the relative carpet and the relative asset spawner for that carpet are removed or turned off. There's natural randomness. So it represents the same way. True, 9A. But that's why I have this endless... Excuse me. I'm supposed to have like an endless RNG going out. So I need every time for the ball to be destroyed for it to spawn again. So I actually need to use a preset for this portion. Basically, every time the ball is killed, and so I will have to use the health component because I'm sending a message. Message sent is going to be the ball reset, I think. And I'm sending that to this asset spawner. So I'm going to be using a preset so I can turn that on. And so essentially the ball reaches the bottom. It's going to have the TCG.ball. It's going to have collisions of gravity. So it's detecting this ball. And this is basically whenever the ball dies without touching something. So it's sending out that ball.reset message. The ball reset message is also killing this. So I should probably change this message to ball.spawn. And then this one, I want the ball reset. So it's killing it on ball reset and spawning it once it's resetting. I'll hide the death delay, and it's being destroyed so that I can spawn a completely new one. The asset spawner has no collisions. Save the preset. And now we're spawning this ball. The ball is going to be spawning on the ball.spawn message. And when we start the game. Let's try it. But it's actually not lined up here. Dun, dun, dun. So this actually needs a little bit of a delay now. Actually, we don't even need this one. Because we put everything on our preset. The detection measure. Do adjust the delay here. So this is my drip method, and even though Kamisaze, aka Alex, says this is going to cause lag, which it does, I can tell this ball to stop. And here's how. Well, I'm going to have a carpet where the ball spawns. That's going to be my end carpet. And so this carpet is going to have a door behavior. And what's nice about door behaviors is whenever they're open, they have no collisions. So end turn is going to open it, and start turn will close it. The only time this might be a problem is if the ball somehow gets trapped right here. But for now, it works. So I can then prevent the ball from dropping further whenever I end my turn. So we don't get to see it there because I have a lot of other mechanics happening. This does need to be initially on. So it needs to be initially open. Starting state open. So we can see our ball passes through the carpet. And then I pick my card. The ball has been stopped at the very bottom. And so that is going to be detected by the carpet that it's currently stacked on. I hope that made sense. There's a good chance it didn't. But I think I'm onto something. I think I've made progress. So I'm essentially stopping my drip whenever the card mechanic is not in use. So basically in between ending the turn and starting the turn. But I can see how that might cause some problems. So I'll be working it, fine-tuning it. So, guess what? We're doing a giveaway. Give it away now! Hey, what's up, G-Wiz? Just in time. So, if you guys want to enter into this giveaway, you'll want to type giveaway in chat. Give it away now. So the code word will be on screen for you. Make sure you type in that code word. Might be hard to see. Well, V, it's not that I don't like the platform method. I need gravity because I have to remove options. And you guys suggested the re-rolling, which works. Re-rolling, in my mind, I can see it working. However, that also adds a delay. So, for example, I have to re-roll, and that might be hard to explain, especially if we're getting down to the last 2 cards out of 20 cards. What if the options have gravity? I'm not certain what you mean, but I like my method. What's wrong with my method? So essentially, I want there to be a time frame where the RNG is active. And if I just have one asset dying, I don't think it's going to lag that much. It says you can't throw rocks. Just throw tomatoes, V. Or the option gets replaced by a different asset. That's an option. There's potential there. But I think I can make something cool here. Yo, Simples Mentinguem. Welcome. So, let's go ahead and roll this giveaway. I'll give you guys another couple seconds here. You're going to want to type giveaway in the chat. This is for a broadcast beacon. A broadcast beacon is a token of friendship. If you collect all 6 tokens of friendship, which I'll try and find for you. So we have the Punk Collar, the Boop Goop Fungi, the Broadcast Beacon. So I'm sending out 2 of these today. the monochrome work print, the rigged D20, and the spooky trophy. I'll probably be buying more of these rigged D20s. But this is what we're giving away today. So if you enter into the giveaway, this is what you're eligible to win. 1 broadcast beacon. Current price, 25 sand. You can buy it for cheaper on the marketplace, though. How many did Touche buy? Touche bought 3. Alright, good luck, everybody. You can go and roll it. Little Legion org. Congratulations, Little Legion. Woo! What? Woo! Well, Little Legion, I'll be sending you that broadcast beacon shortly after the stream because you have to collect all 6 of them. If you want the airdrop Wizzy. But thank you everybody for watching. I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping up the stream now. If anybody's live, we'll send them a raid. Thanks all for hanging out. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Congratulations, Little Legion org on your victory. Hey, King Crypto's live. We'll send a raid his way.
Worthy of that. Do not prove me wrong.
But yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out. We'll go hang out with King and his automated maze. He's probably transitioning into something else. We'll see you, Wicked Keeper, the Legion Escape from Artist, Garnkin, Hoddle Hill, 9A. Appreciate you all.
VVV.
VVV. Have a great day, everybody. I'm gonna go get some breakfast. And thanks, Fred. I appreciate it. See you later, G. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend. VVox! Thanks, V.
Emotional damage.
And 24K. And Noble. Bon appetit. Thanks, G. Alright, guys. 1 p.m. Sandstorm. 4 p.m. D&D. If you're interested.
You
See ya.
want more beans? Check out the streams.